Alright, so a couple of months ago, my friends asked me exactly what I wanted for my birthday. Now, I'm the type of person who is initially kind of shy when it comes to gifts. Well, not gifts, but receiving gifts. And to be honest with you, I'm a very frugal person, right? So I never really ask for much. And if I do, I really like to keep it at a low cost to others. I scoped these bad boys out on Amazon. I read the specs and reviews and made my decision to make this request. And voila, my dears brought it all together and they made sure that my request was made. And I unboxed these a couple of weeks ago after my birthday had passed, just to give it some time, I guess, to marinate in the box. Now, before I get into this video, I will say that this is not a sponsored video. So if you're looking to learn more about the speakers, I would highly suggest doing your research to find out if they're the right speakers for your ears. Now, when I did the unboxing, I made a video and I posted it on social media. I know I'm behind schedule with creating this review, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, to be honest with you, I scoped these bad boys out on Amazon. I read the specs and reviews and I made my decision based upon what I read. Spent some time testing these speakers. It's been like 2 to 3 weeks now and I am in fact still loving them, right? They came in the mail within 2 days of my request and boy, was I happy. Now, I must say, after using them time and time again, I was just easily impressed by the sleek design of how these Edifier speakers looked on my desk. They completely fit in immediately once I placed them and plugged them in. There's just a super sleek design that they have about them. I mean, at the specific price point that they were sold at on Amazon, the design in itself was just an extra punch. And I have to admit that this packaging was just top tier. It was super crisp, a downright 10 out of 10 for me. Each speaker came in its own dust bag. Packaging is very important, especially when you're dealing with tech items, right? Any type of gadget that has to go through the mail, has to get shipped off, whether it's local, you know, within the States or whether it's overseas, you always want to ensure that that packaging is top tier. And I think a lot of people miss the mark when it comes to their packaging. That was a plus for me. And I have to say, hands down, you automatically feel like you have gotten your money's worth. Now, the weight of these things were 9.9 and they're very light, right? They're very easy to maneuver. You can place them on your desk. You can place them on a speaker stand. You can place them wherever you pretty much want to place them at and just be okay with knowing that they're lightweight. The dimensions are here, 6'9" depth at 12 by 1 or 12.1 width by 16.2 in height. Now, like I say, they're the perfect size and quite frankly, you can fit them anywhere. I couldn't ask for a better size speaker to put in my place, especially on my desk. I already have quite a bit of things on my desk. I have 2 monitors that are on my desk and I have each speaker positioned to where they're at the bottom of each monitor. I'm still able to easily, freely maneuver each one of my monitors on my desk without hitting my speaker. Next up are the features. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the features of the speaker, and I will definitely start with the Edifier Connects, or they call it like the Connects because it has an X at the end, app, which I downloaded on my iPhone 16 Pro. Now, the connection from the app to the Bluetooth speaker is Bluetooth, of course, compatible, and there are some additional features on this app such as the user manual. There's a prompt tones where you can adjust the sound equalizers and acoustic tuning, which allows you to have multiple sound effects, which are easily managed by the Edifier Connects app. There's also a power off key option, which I think is very much convenient. You're able to power on and power off your speakers without having to physically press the button to turn them off or unplug them from the power source. And there is a factory settings option, which allows you to toggle on and off the original factory settings of the speakers. This app definitely was an easy process as far as downloading. I just literally went to the App Store, looked up the Connects X app. There was a QR code that was included in the manual, I believe, so you can scan the QR code. It automatically takes you to the app so that you're able to download it, and voila, you have it on your phone. I still do have it on my phone. I would say that I don't really use it as much as I thought I would use it, but it is still pretty much convenient if you're an app person and you like to control things from your phone. Next up, let's go ahead and get into the specs. Now, the specs of the MR3 Edifier speakers include having the maximum output power of 42 watts. Now, the frequency response is 40 kilohertz. The connectivity is, of course, RCA. It does have Bluetooth compatibility, as I mentioned before, since there is an app for it, and it also comes with auxiliary cords. Compatibility. Now, the compatibility with these speakers, they're able to be paired with an MP3, a laptop, which I have mine's paired with, a desktop, a tablet, as well as smartphones. Each one of these devices you will be able to use with your Edifier MR3 speakers, and quite frankly, it's a plus. I mean, you're able to literally connect these speakers to almost any type of device that you have. All right, so the specific uses of this product are basically that you're able to use them at home in your studio or in your desk, as I do in my common area, or when I'm working throughout the day-to-day. I use them mainly at my desk. Some people have also been found to use them in audio production, video editing. Some people have also used them when it comes to playing guitar, and daily listening, of course. Again, you can literally use these speakers to do whatever it is that you want to do. I've also seen some people hook them up to their disc set, or their DJ set. You literally have the most flexibility when it comes to use. Well worth it. We're at a great price point. I don't know what the price point is now currently, since the tariffs and everything else in between, but I'm glad I was able to cop me a pair. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the rating, right? And in closing, I would say I would have to rate the Edifier MR3 speakers as a 9.7 out of 10. And that's pretty damn high. Now, I haven't had many issues with these speakers. That's why I give it a 9.7 out of 10. Again, I have taken my time with testing these speakers. I've had them for a very long time, ever since a couple of months ago, which in my opinion is a long time for no other signs of wear or tear or dysfunction to even occur within that time frame. Now, one call out I would have to say, and the reason why I rated them a 9.7 out of 10 would be that I did have a slight problem, and that was turning them on and off, and the volume not being reactive to me actually turning the physical knob that's located on the front of the speaker, and in my case is located on the front right of the speaker. But this was easily fixed. I basically fixed and troubleshooted with me connecting to the Edifier Connect X app on my phone and powering the speakers, of course, on and off, which, I mean, in technology, duh, of course you have to power those things that typically may work at one point and may not work at one point, on and off, right? So really, in all reality, that's the only thing that I had that went wrong in using these speakers. Since then, again, a very strong 9.7 out of 10, a great speaker to have. This has been ANB.Tech News with your latest tech tips, news, and gadget reviews. Until next time, peace.